So obviously you heard Vivek and Lara, and I think they said some amazing things about Forum. They're obviously very experienced. I'm relatively lesser experienced. I've only I think it's the 8th year being in a Forum. You know, I was talking to Jimmy before coming here a few days back. We had a Forum meeting. I was like, Jimmy, what do you want? What do you want to touch upon? It's like, what do you think? People think before joining Forum. It's like, everyone thinks they have advisors. They can go to an advisor to get some advice. They can go to a consultant and things like that. So I thought that was a great cue for me, right? Because so look, we work with a strategy consultant at Polycab. We have an HR consultant. We obviously have tax consultants and things like that. And I personally have a coach also. Okay, so I have a coach. I've had a coach since years. Now, I go to these guys and we discuss a lot of different problems in our strategy meetings. We have BCG, so we have a lot of strategy meetings. But, there are some things that I personally go through. Those I can't discuss with BCG. I can discuss with my coach, but what does he do? He gives me advice. He'll tell me, hey, Nikhil, you know what? You've got to do this in this way and you've got to do that in that way. But there's one issue here, right? He's not actually been through that. He's not actually had that experience, right? And that's where I think the biggest difference comes in, and that's what I experienced with my Forum. Because here, firstly, nobody's giving advice, right? So everyone's on the same level, whether you're 50, 60, 25, however experienced you are, it doesn't make a difference, right? You're all of the same level, so you can't give advice. That just makes the whole place more comfortable. Secondly, these guys are sharing their experiences. Now, I'm in a second-gen family business. While our business is great, there's always tension. There's always first-gen, second-gen. This is very common. But, these experiences the coach hasn't been through. But all these guys sitting across the table with me during my Forum meeting, at least 7 out of 10 have. And are possibly going through the same. That's just one example. As Vivek mentioned, right? I think with time, you learn to sort of, keep getting a little more vulnerable with the Forum. And, it's sort of a process where you just begin to start peeling the onion and keep going closer to the core. It just becomes so much more comfortable and convenient to share. What we don't share with, again, these consultants or coaches and things like that is the feeling that we're going through, right? And that I think is very different. In a Forum, I can come and I can say, hey, you know what? I am feeling this way because of this. Can you tell me how you've tackled the same thing? And, a lot of these guys will like, hey, you know what? I went through this. This is how I dealt with it. It may work for you. It may not work for you. Okay? It could be very different. But it's just when you hear those shared experiences, you get tremendous value. You become calm because you're sharing with someone, and then you can just calm down, relax, and think how you want to take it forward. So that's why I think a Forum, again, having this whole non-judgmental approach is very crucial, right? Because in life we're just I think a lot of us are made to judge. I've begun judging people much lesser coming into a Forum because you just have to. So you stop judging people. So whether somebody comes in a Mercedes or comes in a Uber taxi, or whether someone likes something else, or somebody has I don't know, let's say an affair, you can't judge anyone, right? Everyone's doing what they have in life. And we've even taken this Forum concept and tried and put it in our company. Because we realized one thing, right? When our team, team of senior leaders is dealing with each other, collaboration is something that we all struggle with in the organization. We realized, and we actually did this once. We had our senior team sit across a table in a closed room, and we had them discuss about their life journeys. Now, this is something you'll do in a Forum, right? You'll discuss your life journey to try and understand the other person. When we started telling them, or they started telling each other their whole life journey, it was so interesting because you realize that everyone has some journey, and that there's a reason why they behave in a certain way, right? So then you have a lot more empathy towards that person, rather than you judging the person and saying, "Yaar, ye to aisa hi hai." This guy is not going to work only with me, ये तो जाके उधर बोलेगा, you know, you actually learn to understand, अच्छा, why is he doing this in this way? So we actually took this whole concept and took it to our organization, and we've done it once, and we're planning to do it the second time, and we're seeing that the team is sort of just coming together. So tremendous benefits. Besides that, you know, I also realized that, you know, with Polycab, you know, I get a lot of exposure. There's a lot of, like I said, consultants, coaches. There's so much of brainstorming. There's so much, you know, happening all the time. But I also think, you know, coming into an EO forum, and my wife has her own startup, but now she doesn't have a set of sort of advisors and things like that. I think this has given her the opportunity also to, you know, debate, discuss, share, understand, learn. And I think that it's given her that exposure. I think exposure is what makes us, right? Because, you know, you just get opened up so much more. And I think this has given her also the opportunity to grow. And otherwise it would all come on me, and or you know, her father or whoever she deals with. So I think that again is huge benefit of getting into a forum. Besides that, obviously, I think DLC has the best facilitators. You know, we are lucky we have Jimmy in our forum. You know, he brings in guys to help us get deeper and, you know, get our whole forum journey better. So I would sincerely urge you all. I've been in EO since about 8 years. You know, I go to a lot of EO events, but forum is something I'll never miss. Okay, I may go for the EO retreat, but I'll never miss a forum retreat. It just takes some, you know, it takes things to a different level. So I would sincerely urge you all, please take the plunge, and I promise you will see the benefit. Thanks.